Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Who feels like getting crafty today? This guy, and maybe y'all. I don't know, we're making some wreath embellishments today. Some people like to make them, some people like to buy them. If I can make them, I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna save me some money. So we are making crochet Easter eggs today. I'm gonna show you how to make some eggs from Dollar Tree materials. I'm gonna show you an egg that you can buy, but the Dollar Tree ones. Alright, my dog's acting crazy behind me, so let's get into this video. First of all, I am not the person to teach you to crochet. I am not the best crocheter in the world, but you don't have to be either. This is Lion brand. I believe it's called Hometown. It's named after like the San Francisco red and like Boston green and you know like Santa Fe orange. I get mine at Walmart. You just want a bulky yarn. You could technically use any kind of yarn you wanted, but I don't want to be sitting crocheting for weeks on end trying to get a super long chain. So it's a bulky yarn. I have a size 13 crochet hook. Okay, you would not start a normal crochet project with a overhand knot like that, but this is not like we're not making a garment, we're not making a scarf. So all you do is take this and pull it through. Over and through. Over and through. Over and through. Over and through. You just keep going. You just keep going. Eventually you run out of yarn. So this is where we're at. Keep going. Pull through. And then instead of reaching for another one, just pull out, pull down, and that ties it off. So that's how you make a crochet chain. That was a terrible thing. The dog's like going crazy while I'm doing it. If you need more information, there are literally hundreds of people who will teach you how to do this better than I have. Okay. So I think this is wool too. The one I'm working with is acrylic. It might be like a wool blend. So let's zoom out just a teensy bit. Alright, for our Easter egg, you can buy something like this. This was from Easter last year. Don't know how much they are, but I know that they are not as cheap as the Dollar Tree ones. You can do this in any size you want. I like this size for a wreath. But we are going to use a football and a little foam ball. This is the exact same method we used last year to make the velvet eggs, but this year we're just, okay, stay there. We're just using crochet chains instead. This dog has been like sleeping, doing nothing all day, and now that I'm sitting in front of the camera, he's like, I need help. We need to do stuff. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm just gonna go and cut this in half. And you don't need this to be perfect. The most important thing is to be safe. So I cut a line all through there, and now I can either go through, cut the rest of this with this, or I have a serrated knife here. Just pull it in and just kind of drag it out. Okay, so now we have two halves of an egg, and this one is really if you need to shave a little bit off, you can do that. I'm not going to worry about it because guess what? It's going to be completely covered. So we have two ends. And the same thing goes with this one, except this one's easier because it has a seam, and we're going to cut right on that seam. And again, don't get caught up in, oh, I'm not doing it perfectly. There's nothing that I do or that I would show you how to do that you would have to do it perfectly, because let's just face it, that's not my brand. Okay, so that is cut. Now I'm just going to come through here, and I like to kind of hold the knife where it is and then move the ball. Instead of trying to like saw through it. Okay, I'm pushing my mess off to the side so you don't have to look at it. These are going to go together like this. I think last year I used the globe balls, which might be a little bit bigger, but it's still an egg. I mean, you can obviously see that's an egg. It might be a little pointier than this one, but this one was like $2. This is $1. For $2 we get 2 of them, so. Right, so let's prep this for our crochet application. I have my glue gun, which is just like on its last legs. And I have some masking tape just from Dollar Tree. So glue goes on here. Be generous. This dog, y'all, he is just... He's like, oh, you filming? I have to make a lot of noise now. Right, let's give that a couple of seconds. Business. He's playing with an ornament. I don't even know what... I was cleaning my living room today. I have all this section. Let me actually zoom out while we're holding this. Look, all this is clean. You know, normally there's a bunch of stuff right here. All my ribbons together, all my greeneries together, because I have a huge custom order coming up and I need as much space as possible. Okay, that feels pretty secure. Now, I don't know how necessary this step is. Oh, I don't know how necessary these next steps, 2 steps are. I'm gonna cut the laces on this off, just because I don't want, you know, that it bulges a little bit right there. Again, don't sweat it. And I don't know how necessary this is, but I did this last year with the velvet eggs because I needed a smooth surface. So I'm just going to, you know, I needed a smooth surface because the velvet was being pulled around the egg. So I'm just going to tape there. Around this a couple of different ways. Trying to keep that point. Again, probably not necessary for this, but I would at least tape around the middle. Let's move this over here. Push it all down. And I do, you know what, I'm gonna go and tape the whole thing because this is bright red, this is green, there's yellow right there. I would rather use a little bit more tape and not see any of those colors. Now, this is the yarn that I am working with. It is called, I have no idea. It's like, you know, New Haven Mist. It's got some, they all have stupid names. But I think this is this where it ended or this where it started? It doesn't matter, I'm just trying to, yeah, this is where I started because this knot's a little bit tighter. I'm going to take my same blade that I just used and just poke through that tape a little. Poke through that tape a little bit right there. Okay, really? God, this video is a mess already. And that is only so we can thread this in and have a nice, clean starting point. So this is a big tapestry, canvas, yarn needle. I'm just gonna kind of go in from here. And this needle is bent, so of course it's gonna give me trouble. Okay, there it is. And I imagine that would be a lot easier for those of you who have arm strength or hand strength. Alright, so we got that tail in. I'm just going to pull it out some. Put a little glue right there. Mash that down. And cut it off. So now we have a nice starting point at the very top of this edge. Now you can start gluing, I mean, y'all know what we're doing, y'all know where this is going. You can start gluing and not worrying about this thing twisting around. I don't like doing that, I think it looks messy, and I want the braid to be showing. So it's going to take longer, it's not going to take any more glue or anything, but I'm going to start right here. And there's a chain side and there's a braid side. You want to make sure the braid side is up. Can we see? Yeah. Hey, I'm actually in frame. So I'm going to continue to do this, and these shouldn't take too long, especially, ow, man, yikes, stripes. Alright, so we are coming to our middle here. This is our last little spot. This is going to go in the wreath, so I'm not that worried, for me, about how this comes out. But if you were going to make these and put them in a bowl or, on a mantle or something, you would want to end this a little nicer. So you would bring this around. Burn yourself a couple more times. I'm going to give myself a couple of inches. I'm going to cut that and then pull out. Don't pull the tail, pull the braided section, because we're trying to undo this. Just kind of judge how much we need, which is probably right here. So pull on the tail, tighten that up. Of course, as soon as I said that, it was pulled too much, but it's okay, we'll figure it out. Glue that down, and then take the remaining part of the tail. You can just kind of, get that in there. So I'm going to just put some glue right here, spiral this around, try not to touch the molten hot glue. whenever you see me doing this with the pliers, it's just creating a little heat sink to suck up the heat. It doesn't really suck up the heat. I mean, it's cold metal, so it cools the glue a little bit quicker. And because this is kind of a fluffy glue, you can't really even see where it ended. But yeah. So that is, I mean, you can tell it's an egg shape. I'm gonna go through and pull off any of these little deals here. And, you know, yarn comes in any color, in every color. So, oh, and look, it stands up by itself. So you can make these to match anything, your decor, your wreath, your mantle, your kids' room, or whatever. And if you don't crochet, this is a good first time project because all you're doing is making a chain. You don't have to worry about counting anything. Just start crocheting until you're done. And if you don't want to crochet, you can always take your yarn and braid it. There are some braided ornaments I'm going to link up here somewhere or down there in the description. And it's all basically the same thing. This is just how to, you know, make it into an Easter egg. And this is actually a very nice color for one of the wreaths I'm doing right now. So I might sit here and listen to a podcast and make another one. But yeah, so there you go. Cheap, pretty quick. I mean, this is just like, this is TV work. Just sit down, watch Sex and the City 2, and be like, oh my god, this movie's terrible, why are you crocheting? And then, you know, however long that took, because we did the whole thing start to finish. Alright guys, thanks for watching. The dog knows I'm done. So I will see you guys later. Bye.